Yo, it's boy Marcus and Morstini back from the video. Today we're going to be talking about why COD Mobile collabs suck. And this is going to be kind of a rant, so if you like rants, stay, because that's what this is going to be. I'm going to go on a rant. Starting off with this collab, right? Persona 5, Phantom 5, whatever you call it, if you've been around and watched any of my videos, which not a lot of people are, but a few people are. Shout out to you. I keep calling it Phantom 5. It's Persona 5. Just want to get that out there. The Persona 5 collab in COD Mobile, it's kind of whatever, right? To me, this game mode, stupid. I think it's stupid, right? I don't think the whole collab's stupid, right? The Panther character skin, everybody's bought that. I don't know why everybody's buying it. I guess they just like female characters because they're skinny and they're harder to hit. I'm assuming that's why everybody's buying it. And that's it. I don't know. Are there that many Persona 5 fans out there? I have no idea what it is. I think it's a game. Somebody commented on one of my posts saying it was a game or whatever. So it's about like you got to fight off the bad guys or something. Whatever. It doesn't even matter what it is, right? Because collabs suck. Why I'm getting a collab suck, right? So I was just looking at the PS1 or BO1 PS5 port and BO2 PS5 port that just came out, and everybody's hooting and hollering. They're stoked about it because they can play the OG BO1 and BO2 on nice, good servers where there's not really any hackers, right? And that's difficult to do, right? Everybody just wants that feeling again, right? Whether it's nostalgia or playing a good game or whatever the case is. And here we are playing COD Mobile, right? And I love COD Mobile, don't get me wrong, right? At its core, I loved it, right? When I first played it in 2019, I was like, this game rocks. This game's awesome, right? This is all I've ever wanted in a COD. You know what I mean? It's perfect. And they could do some things to fix it, but it's great, right? It wasn't perfect. And so these collabs are coming in, right? We've been getting collabs for a long time now, right? And I want to go ahead and include the one collab that stands above the rest, right? Gundam, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about now. Gundam was a collab that was so much effort, time, and maybe development time, and so much put into that collab. It was worth it, right? It was like they put in an entire game into COD Mobile for just this collab, right? They put in a whole set of characters, whole set of skins, whole set of like actual character skins. They put in a whole set of different moves for every single character and how they perform, which ones were better than the others. They put in a whole set of leaderboard stuff that you can unlock. They put in legendary items for free-to-play players, right? They put in a ton of content for that specific collab. That is the outlier, right? That's not the one that we're talking about here. The bulk of Codm collabs, from Street Fighter to Persona 5, every other collab that you can think of, they aren't performed in that way. They aren't done in that way. They basically are just nothing burger, skin, cash grab collabs, I guess. That's how I think of it, right? Even if they're, like, I like The Boys. I watched the first 2 seasons of The Boys TV show. I liked it. I don't really care for the collab. It's not really important to me. I don't think it's really worth it for the game. Now, if it's all a money thing, I think I understand it, right? If it makes money, it makes sense. Money makes the world go round. Whatever, what a quote you want to put around money, right? I get it. I personally don't look at it that way, right? I look at it for fun. I want to enjoy it. I want to play a good game. Here, it's just like the collabs have gotten to a point where it's like, you know, are you going to do a collab? Would you rather do a collab, one collab, put in the amount of time that it takes to make a Gundam level collab, right? Whatever that is, and put that into COD Mobile, and that be your only collab for the year, right? And then the rest of the collabs are non-existent, right? There's no collabs, right? We'll just say there's none. And everybody love it, and the community be hyped, and everybody's looking forward to it, and then the collab turns out great, right? Let's say it's what's something that's super popular, right? Like, I don't know about Gundam, but like Dragon Ball Z, maybe? Is that like, is one of the most popular animes? I've never seen it. I don't know anything about it. But if they put in a Dragon Ball Z collab into COD Mobile, did it the Gundam way, right? You got all these characters you can use from Dragon Ball Z. You got all these different moves and things like that. You got all the good stuff that everybody's been looking for, and this collab's super hyped or whatever. Then they don't do anything else, right? They don't make any money from any other collabs, right? That collab would be like coveted. You know what I mean? That would be like a great experience for everybody, and that would be something that's fun and awesome, and everybody's enjoying it, and it's great. This right here, what I'm playing now, like, I did have some lag issues, right? I am lagging. You'll see throughout this gameplay where I literally just stop completely and pause, and I'm getting shot at and hacked at by people who are invisible. That could be me, right? And that could be a part of my experience and why my experience with this sucked. I just feel like this isn't my only experience with this, right? The Street Fighter collab, I felt like I had this problem. Even in the WWE collab, I feel like I had this problem. I feel like when they're doing these little tiny side modes that are like half-assed, not fully invested into the collab and making something full and complete, it tends to be something that is just half-assed. It's not fully, thought out and created and made for the game to be good. It's just kind of sucks. And I feel like these sort of half-see shit garbage collabs are a problem, right? And I can't be the only person who thinks that. Like, why wouldn't every collab be a Gundam level collab, right? I know it takes a lot. Probably takes a lot of development time, a lot of studio time, a lot of effort, whatever the case might be. That would be something that everybody enjoys, though. Everybody who plays, it's like, wow, this is really cool. It's unique, right? It's got a lot to it. I don't really know anybody that hated the Gundam collab once it ended, right? And especially if you look back on it now, like, it was by far and away better. Here, I don't know if anybody likes this collab, right? I feel like everybody likes the Panther skin, Scylla, Panther, whichever one it is. Like, everybody likes that one. Nobody really talks about like any of the other collabs. I don't hear anybody talk about the WWE one, right? Console side, I don't hear anybody talk about like any of those collabs. I bet you if console side got like a Gundam level collab that was more like an entire game added in, I'm sure they would feel some type of way about it. I think it would be pretty cool. I don't think that, they have gotten some things like Squid Games. There was a whole entire Squid Games game mode or something like that. Maybe they have that experience and it's not the same, right? I think the console community and the COD mobile community are very different in that regard, right? They want different things. I think the COD mobile community is a lot more. The casuals we don't even see, right? But the kids, there's a lot of kids in this community. I feel like it's a very kid-esque game. I feel like when I'm playing, I feel like a lot of younger audiences there. Whereas I feel like when I play COD on console, I feel like I tend to run into a lot more older, right? By younger, I mean like teens. And by older, I mean like you're my 25 and up. You know what I mean? You're going to run into a lot of those people. So I feel like the audiences are different, right? COD on console people have been playing COD for 20 years, right? COD mobile people have been playing it, just COD mobile, you know what I mean? And maybe some COD on console people. But I don't know. I feel like collabs, man, they just kind of suck now. They don't really seem as fully thought out and created as they previously did, mainly with the Gundam collab, right? When the ones that came out before Gundam, right? You look at those differently because they were like the first collab, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, the Saw collab that we got oh so long ago, right? It was just a gun skin for like the chopper and the Jigsaw character, right? And that was it. And that was the collab. And they grew into bigger and bigger and bigger collabs until they hit Gundam. And now they've decided to shrink and give less and less and less to smaller collabs. And it's just like, why wouldn't we grow to that and then grow bigger and have a bigger and better collab experience? Whereas I just feel like these collabs now, like the boys, it's kind of whatever. You know what I mean? It's cool. I like the boys. Looking back at it, it's like they didn't really do much, right? Persona 5. Right now, I'm just like, they're not really doing much. It's kind of whatever, right? Wouldn't it be cooler if the Persona 5 collab had all these Persona 5 characters fighting out in some sort of arena where it was like you were fighting like in a zombie thing? I don't know what it would be, right? Or how it would relate to that game, but it would be better if it did in that way and it was created more thought out and had like a free legendary that came with it and all these other things, right? Where it actually boosted player desire to play the game more, right? That's what they want. They want people to play the game more so that they spend more money on it. That's a developer thing. Now, I'm not always going to say like developers, they want money, right? That's what this is all about. Money, 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 money. They're greedy, super greedy, right? I think I made a video a long time ago about COD mobile greed. And that is the way it is, right? Can't change that. It's never going to change. I don't blame them, I guess. I don't know if I can blame them. It'd be nice to have some more money in my pocket. You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't it be nice to be monetized? I feel like it would. So, we all look at things differently. But I feel like, it would just be a lot better if these collabs were more thought out and bigger and then not so like just, hey, we'll drop a collab this month and the next month and this one after. And it'll all be just a bunch of little small crap for people to chew on. You know what I mean? And then maybe down the road we'll release another like Gundam level collab. You know what I mean? Like that kind of sucks. I feel like everybody thinks that sucks. right? That's why I've made videos about like the COD Mobile filler seasons, right? Anytime that rank doesn't reset in one of the modes, it's basically a filler season to a lot of people, right? It's like, what are we doing? We're just kind of playing, we're just grinding, whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's this season, so a new gun comes out, or a new streak will come out, and that's all we're really doing, right? And it kind of is what it is. That being said, I feel like I've kind of got my point across. I'm tired of the collabs. Won't hear. I might cover them just as part of a video now, but I'm kind of done with like, you know, they could put anything in now. Like How I Met Your Mother is my favorite TV show, right? They could put in a How I Met Your Mother Barney Stinson collab or something. Like, wouldn't care less. You know what I mean? At this point, I'm kind of done with them. And I think a lot of people probably are in the same boat, right? So thank you guys for watching me shoot invisible people. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you want to. I'm lagging out. It's been your boy Marcus Morsini. I'm out of here. Peace.